guys enjoyed this video, you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel and get the full reaction. I'll explain that in a second. Follow us over on social media, join our Discord server. So we are doing Dr. Stone today. So basically, if you guys have not seen our new format before, what we are doing is that the full reaction is available to $10 patrons with the timer like before. But here we're just doing our sort of like a reaction clip of like the most hype part of this episode. If there is one, then we are screen capping the entire thing and doing an analysis. That is what we're doing. So, now that we got that out of the way, we can, put our clip here, react, all that stuff.
You really
were you waiting to the end?
Yeah, you're really fucking taking your time there, Cal.
Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let's just do it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, look at him! Is that thing stuck on your head? What do you mean?
You can just take the fucking melon rind off your head, you weirdo.
It's not gonna change even when she grows up. Well, it looks like it has a crack in it. I wanna know why she has the melon on her head. Look at her little propeller. That's so cute. Oh no.
When you nut, but she keeps sucking.
Oh no, Hunter. Don't say that. This is the clip that has to go in our video. Oh no. Wow, 20 to 30 hours. That's crazy. They can't do that. This kid's gonna die.
Oh my god, it's steaming.
Alright guys, so now for our analysis, there's not like too much to talk about, so we're just kind of picking spots instead of screen capping the entire thing. Which I do feel like is better for stuff like this, just because like people will listen to us talk for like hours about Ruby, but I don't know if we need to talk for hours about Dr. Stone.
We can talk for as long as we're entertaining.
Yeah, and so maybe the stone statue people have started moving. That's what this girl says. I thought that was funny. Like, oh, like what's going on outside of the village?
Maybe
like
that would be terrifying if
they
all of a sudden
like
the stone people
angels
start
in,
walking around. Oh yeah, from Doctor Who.
In Doctor Who.
Like you turn away and you turn around.
And so they're talking about, like he says that brought that foreigner in. I thought that was interesting. So this guy is like her dad and like, I guess the king or the chief or like
Also,
whatever.
why is it that his hair on his head is blonde?
I don't know. We talked about that last
That's
time.
like Daenerys Targaryen's eyebrows. Why is it that they are brown when your hair is silver?
Anyway, he breaks his
Oh,
neck.
I'm so angry.
He's really mad. And he's disowned her, so that's the information
So he
that we
disowned
find out.
the girl.
Yeah, and so look at her. So she's looking at him, and then she just flings herself on the floor. Like if she just fell down normally, that wouldn't happen. So I wonder if she did do that on purpose.
It's almost like people are dramatic when in anime.
To get her to stop, get him to start talking about her sister.
This is like the falling over version
I feel like
and I will take a chip and I will eat it.
I don't know.
It's the same principle.
Anyway, so back over here, they're trying to make antibiotics, and so they have this whole chart, and they want to start with iron.
Biologically, or you can do it through metals. And like I think biologically is how like Westerners discovered it. Is just growing mold spores. But
yeah,
they're like,
they were like mold is bad. It takes too long.
Like it'll be too hard, but we need to do all this.
They realize, I guess, in that other scene with the North Star, and that's why that's important. Is like, oh, there's magnets, which means there's stuff in the water. Like he basically, like finding out that the Earth has moved a little bit and finding out that Crow made a compass sort of led to getting over to the river and all that stuff. And so that's basically all of that. So this has been like, they're really showing the passage of time too. Like it's been daytime, now it's nighttime. Like this is happening over the course of a few days, but it feels natural enough. You know what I mean? I like that about.
And so much that like the stars are different in 3,000
Yeah,
years.
yeah, I just mean like in terms of how they go from day and night to show how many days it's been. Like I think that that's really like, it's really smooth in this anime, whereas like in something like Fire Force, you would assume that everything that's happening just happened in one day. You know what I mean? Or
he
something
never
like
slept
that.
at all.
So it's like a watermelon. So I want to talk about her because I'm confused, okay?
Why do watermelons look like that?
Has a melon on her head.
Yes.
And the melon has a crack.
Yes.
Like everybody else has cracks. So did they wake her up from the stone, and did she have a melon on her head already for some reason?
Or does she still have some of the stone on her head, and she's covering it up with the
But
watermelon?
she said that, oh, he must assume that I'm covering my face because I don't want to be looked at or something. And so I don't know, is that the reason, or...
Do you just like wearing a melon on your head?
Like, and she says something here. So she says, okay, well, first of all, she wants to help. I can never make myself useful to anyone because I have this thing on my head. That's not going to change even when I grow up.
So she's always going to have a melon on her head.
She's stuck with the melon for some reason. You know what I mean? And so it...
Can she not take the... Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could she not take the melon
biodegrade, right? So, presumably...
Is it a magical melon?
Like, that doesn't biodegrade?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Is it like a plastic shell that she's found left over from the
Because all
past
these
world?
people have been born,
yes.
right? We can assume anyway. And so it's sort of like, when you look at, like, them, it's just sort of, I don't know, it's just sort of weird because I don't know how to explain this. Like, she's
wearing a melon on her head. It's fucking confusing.
Well, no, I'm not necessarily confusing, but it's just like she's from this world, and so she wouldn't be stoned. So why does the melon have the stone crack?
I guess so. Unless she is stoned, because I guess you're salient.
I don't know. But and there's also like this thing over her eye that's keeping the melon together. I guess like tape or something. Like, what is that? I just have questions. And so she says it's not going to change even when I grow up. So is she just going to get a new melon to put over her head each time? Or is the melon stuck? Because that implies to me that the melon is stuck there. You know?
I guess so.
And so that part I did not get out of all the parts. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe something that's hilarious is that she can go stealth mode later. I don't know if you've captured that.
I mean, she just puts herself inside of the melon. So I'm saying, how much room does this melon have? I mean, I know it's an anime, but still.
Is it like bigger on the inside
I like how
than
he
it
said,
is on the outside?
the kingdom of science doesn't turn anyone away, and I like that.
Oh, that's nice. Also, everyone is just in loincloths, and there's an amazing shot earlier that Chrome is
He
bending
must have
over.
thought, I don't want anyone to see my face, so he's being nice.
Unless that's true and she doesn't want people to see her face.
But that doesn't sound like, if I was like, oh, this person must have thought that, that's sort of like, how she said it is sort of like that. You understand what I mean? That's not the reason.
She just has a stone melon on her head?
I guess.
Some untakeable, offable melon? It looks like there's room for her to take it off.
I guess, yeah.
You've gotten a lot of like top tier like Chrome butt in this episode. And you did not screen cap the comb butt because you are a coward.
So they talk about Momotaro, and apparently it's a Japanese folklore myth, as we found out.
And his name translates to Peach Boy.
Ruri, yeah, and told us all about him. Come to think of it, why do you know about gorillas? Are they in the wild? And then they're saying that they've never actually seen one. He used to millet dumplings to win friends, and I was just like... And so they have all these animals, I guess. And so basically, I feel like what Senku's saying is that they took the Japanese myth, but then used it to teach kids about dangerous animals instead of whatever it was.
Yeah. Or it changed over time as myths are one.
Maybe. Well, was it meant to be an easy to understand story to teach about dangerous animals? That's what he said. And so they're hearing all sorts of stories from her and like big words from her and stuff like that. And so this reminds me of my astronaut theory from last episode, and maybe she just has all the knowledge, you know what I mean, and they don't tell anyone else, like she has, like, there's some secret place that has all the knowledge from like the old world that the astronauts had, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, if you guys know, the astronauts came back down to Earth is my theory, and they were like, oh.
Also, can we talk about how Senku used the phrase chick and low key?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's from, you know.
Yo, it's lit, fam. Let's go.
And so when you look at her, too, I don't know. There's just something.
Fortnite dancing.
There's just something. And so then, basically what they have, what they have Melon Girl do, because everyone is...
And because she's like Solid
Snake. They need help and
but
all that.
But instead of hiding in a cardboard box, she hides in her own melon.
So she just goes around and tries to find out what people want. And that's basically food. And like...
Wants food. Girls
feeding
want
people
husbands.
is sexy, like, or whatever.
I mean, feeding people is sexy.
They all seem to be named after gems or something. Yes. So Sapphire, and then
Ruby.
The Jinro guy is named after gold, and so I'm like...
One's ruby, one's like amethyst or something. Maybe not amethyst. Definitely one's ruby and one's...
And so I'm just like...
Sapphire.
What's going on here? Because that's a thing, too. Like, something's happening. Even the other guy... Let's try to look that up and see if he's also a name after a gem. Okay?
Okay. I love how they're trying to just show in which...
Car seat technologies.
He's named after a car seat.
Let's just look up gem. No. I can't find can't find what this means. Maybe if I look up Japanese?
Yeah.
That would work?
Japanese.
It says rock salt. So yeah, he's a gem, I guess.
Maybe he's also salty. Who knows?
Well, I mean, he just wants some food.
He just wants some food.
So yeah, they're all named after gems. And I'm like, why? Why? But I don't know. So yeah, then they're like, okay, well, we just gotta make him some food.
Make an attractive man.
And so then they make the ramen, and at first, I thought he was making breading, because he had flour and he had eggs. And like, basically what my grandfather does is he takes all the old bread, or bread that's like hard, and then he like grinds it up to make like breaded like chicken fingers and stuff like that. Yeah, to make breadcrumbs. And so that's what I thought he was doing.
You straight up said breadcrumbs there.
No, I didn't.
You said breadcrumbs. Only if you're really good at baking.
Anyway,
moving forward,
he was making noodles out of the flour,
millet.
basically, like out of the flour substitute. And so he was making pasta with it.
Well,
he was making the ramen noodles. Yeah, which is pasta. Is it not? It's a pasta. Yeah, noodles are pasta, Hunter.
Well, pasta is Italian term, and noodles predate pasta.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, it's like the same
they're
general
fundamentally similar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think like noodle dishes, like noodle and pasta has different connotations.
Does it?
Yes.
I just think everything that everything that is a noodle is a pasta.
Because when I think,
but not every pasta is a noodle.
I don't think, but like ramen noodles.
Yeah.
That's not ramen pasta.
No, I guess not. But I'm just saying.
If you went to
pasta is up here, and then noodles is a classification of a pasta. No?
Pasta noodles? I hear people say pasta noodles.
It's like if you say meat and then you say pork and chicken.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't
like...
think they're like that.
No?
Yeah, well, I mean, first they came up with it first.
I guess.
Asian community.
I guess, I don't know, because people say like Cantonese noodles or like ramen noodles, and so I guess noodles would be like this, and then different types of noodles.
But when I think of pasta noodles, or like noodle or pasta, I think of like fundamentally different dishes. But when I think of one spaghetti, I'm not like, that's a spaghetti.
Yeah, a spaghetti noodle.
Or a spaghetti.
That's what it is. It's a spaghetti
that's one noodle of spaghetti.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe
noodles are pasta. Is spaghetti not pasta?
Spaghetti is pasta.
Okay, a spaghetti noodle.
Listen.
A ramen noodle. A Cantonese noodle. A spaghetti noodle.
Spaghetti, like if it's noodle and it's ramen, if my grandparents would be afraid to eat it. But if it's pasta, they're perfectly okay eating it. And that's how I make my distinctions. Really? I just don't. Okay, but if you find a penne, like a piece of penne pasta, are you like, that's a penne noodle?
Well, I don't know what penne looks like. I can't picture it in my head.
You're Italian!
I don't know.
If you see a macaroni, like a piece of macaroni, you think that's a noodle? Well, that's more noodle-like.
Yeah, it's a noodle. It's a macaroni noodle.
Okay, what about like lasagna? Or like bow ties?
Lasagna is like flat, though.
Yes.
So it's not really a noodle. A noodle is like a long donut. Because it has a little hole. At least some of them do. Like macaroni.
Okay, but like ramen noodles aren't like donuts in that they're little. That's the most galaxy brain take I've ever heard. Well, noodles are just like little donuts. That's really, I think, that's one of the craziest shit I think I've ever heard you say. Noodles are like little donuts? I've had a delayed reaction. That's so crazy. It went over my head and I was like, Hunter needs a minute here.
It's a long donut.
Hunter needs a minute here to repurpose that and then return to it afterwards.
Imagine a long donut, right?
Yes.
A long donut with a donut hole. Would it not just look like...
So what does a long donut with a donut hole look like?
I'm saying...
Is it like there's a hole there and it's long like that?
It would be a cylinder is what I'm saying.
So it's a cylinder.
Yeah, it would be a cylinder.
Like almost a... Are you imagining like a beaver tail?
No, beaver tails are flat.
Yes, but like so round, like a big tube.
Yeah, big tube.
But it has a hole in the middle going through like that.
That's what tubes have. Some tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so I'm saying that macaroni and stuff like that is in that shape where it has
it's
a surrounding and then like a hole like that. And so
like a cannoli,
I guess.
That a cannoli is tubular.
I haven't seen a cannoli in a while.
How do you forget what food looks like?
Anyway, I'm just saying, It'd be like...
Oh, what is that creature there, Hunter? I'm like, oh, this is a lobster.
It'd be like, you know, it's just...
Okay, we're gonna draw something. I hope that isn't your mom's taxes or something.
This is my pay stub at work. Okay, so it's just like this, right? Like, if you had this would be a donut.
Yes.
Okay? But if you have this,
Yes.
this is like, if you fold it, this is like macaroni.
Yes.
Right? So this is the donut part, and then this is the macaroni part, and then pasta. Some pasta just has holes in them, and they kind of like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Cantaloni? I think cantaloni looks
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
How do you not? You're Italian. You always go like, I'm Italian.
All we have
You know
are,
what
but we have like hot dogs and like stuff like that like 3 times a week. We don't eat.
So anyways, he makes noodles, but they turn out not to taste that good for Senku because he knows what really good noodles taste like, but they don't know what really good noodles taste like, and it blows their minds. And he ends up creating.
They make a ramen cart
cart
with music, accompanied with musical
because,
accompaniment.
yeah, melon boy with an I.
Melon girl.
Melon boy. Gender neutral boy.
Right.
B-O-I.
People have waged wars over pepper. That's how fundamental food is to civilization.
Yeah, I guess so. India sure.
I like their little cart too. I think that's
This
nice.
looks like it could be like a laptop background. I love how happy Chrome is and how like unimpressed Senku is. Like, listen, I'm getting down to brass tacks and I'm making.
I like how he says like, I'm gonna colonize this civilization with food, and I'm like, that's interesting.
That's interesting wording because like. Is this going to be a thing where he learns, like, maybe I shouldn't become a colonist? Because that hasn't worked a lot in the past.
I don't know.
Also, so is he just giving away the noodles? Because, like, they don't have capitalism. They're functioning under a sort
they'll
of socialism.
trade for their labor, right? He's trying to bribe them to do work.
I guess so. Or be like, hey, if you come with me, you can get tasty noodles.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the idea. So it's feeding people for work, which is what I do for you. I give you all my chocolate so you'll come record in this dark basement.
Pay me?
Yeah.
And like we go and see movies.
I know.
We don't have to pay for.
I'm just saying, like.
And there's that one time you poisoned that bully for me.
Food is a valid way to get people.
Honestly, I would if someone like that's really I think about this every once in a while.
Well,
my girlfriend like
think about like working on a cruise, for example. Yeah. Right? I'm not saying what specific cruises. I'm just saying cruises in general. Okay, like. They give you room and board. They give you food. Like, you don't have to buy food on the cruise. And they still pay you, right? They still pay you a rate, but it's sort of like they pay you in food and stuff. And, like, if you're on a good cruise, it's good
One
fucking
time my girlfriend gave me, like, fudge. She had made homemade fudge. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, we've been through a lot, but I always come back to the fudge. I'm like, God, that was a nice fudge. Sarah's a good person.
The fudge.
That's how it always comes back to the fudge. I'm like, that was so sweet of them. So yeah, imagine if he invents fudge. Imagine if he invents sugar.
Like chocolate?
Like, hey guys, I'm gonna blow your mind. Y'all are gonna get type 2 diabetes, but I'll make insulin.
Maybe that's what's wrong with her. Like, we're giving her an antibiotic because we assume she's sick, but what if she's diabetic?
If she's diabetic, she'd already be dead because she's been sick for a while.
Oh.
Diabetes would
Never
keep dying like a month.
So I guess she is just sick. Anyways.
Sometimes people just die. And sometimes, you know, noodles are basically
So yeah, most
long
of this video
donuts.
was just us arguing about pasta, I guess. But that's okay. So yeah, I'm excited for next week's episode. I feel like this has planted some seeds for some theories. It would be nice though to just check on Taiju and Yuzaria because they went to go hunt down Tsukasa. Or whatever his name is. I heard Aaron Dukeman, or however you say his last name, like in English, say the character names, and so that kind of helped a little, but yeah. That's it.
I have a feeling we're gonna see him again, and like he's gonna like, I don't know.
Maybe now we're at episode 8, so I feel like now that we're at 9, like, I don't know, it'd be nice to just see what
I don't know, maybe at the end of the season they swing back around.
Maybe. Like, how many episodes are we getting, by the way?
Apparently there's like 50-something chapters of the...
But I'm saying, like, this season, like, is it gonna be 12? Is it gonna be 25? Like, because 25 would be here for a while. Like, that'd get a little crazy. I don't know.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure My Hero Academia season 1 only had 12, and then they went more later. So maybe that's
after it was, you know, secured in its success.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I also love how they made a whole like,
cart,
and we didn't see any of that.
That's okay. We know that he can do it though,
He can
so
make a
it's
car.
valid.
You probably just reused all those parts from that other.
Yeah, exactly, from the
Go-kart
go-kart,
game.
so it's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah. Alright, so we will see you guys later, guys. We will see you guys later, guys. Bye.